Welcome back. This is the final part of our second normal form video series. In this session, we'll create the 2NF enrollments table, seed it with sample data, and wrap up our work on second normal form. The enrollments table is where everything comes together. It links students to the offerings they are enrolled in while also tracking grades and remarks. Let's get started. Okay, so let's open again our um, Sublime and open our file. And this is now the last part, the part 10, which is the creating and seeding enrollments table. Okay, so this is the final part of this second normal form series. So let's start first by creating, no, deleting the table if exists. So drop table um, 2NF enrollments. So not in that we can just add our here table exists. Okay, and we will create the table. Create table. This table, and we will um okay that one, and we will don't forget to assign engine to DB. Okay, the first thing that we are going to create for the column is the enrollment ID, and this one will be int. We can have here can have 5 for this one, and unsigned auto increment and then primary uh, key. Okay, so this one unique ID for each enrollment. Okay, the next will be the student ID, and we should note remember I should remember the ID, student ID of the student. So it was in the up top part. So here we have the student ID is here unsigned. So why we have copy this one? Because later on when we link this one, we need to be sure that the same data type, the same length, and the same um, like unsigned. So let's copy. Okay, okay, and don't forget that this is not null. So okay, do not forget this one. Okay, that null, and this one will be the link to NF underscore students. Okay, and next will be the offering ID. And what will be the offering ID? Let us remember the offering ID and this one. Let's copy for this one, and I'll just paste it here and add not null. So again, don't forget the comma for the separation. So we have link to NF underscore offerings. So we have um we have here for the grade grade midterm, and this will be int, and the highest possible number that we have is 100, so it should be data type 3, and we have positive values, so we have here not null. Okay, it should be null. Why we should be null? Because upon creation there is no grade yet, so for now it's null for now, and we will set it for the midterm grade. uh, Midterm grade. Okay, so we will store values like 95, 97, no, 97, 88, not the Norso system, the grading system, the 2.0 and 1.2. Okay, so that's not the one. We can easily just use this one. Okay, for easy calculation. We'll just convert it later. If you have a system, we can convert it into the Norso grading system. Okay, okay, because that's really when you have a grading system. Okay, then we have final grade final, and we will have the same in three unsigned and null, and this one will be final grade, same to the midterm grade. Okay, then we have remarks. Remarks. We have varchar. Okay, we can have remarks pass, failed, or whatsoever. So we can have only 50. And this one will be also null for the moment. And don't forget the comma. And we have here optional remarks. Okay, then next will be the constraint. First is prevent enrollment, UP enrollment. So for duplicate, so we don't want to duplicate the student and the offering ID. So we have to create that one. So constraint unique enrollment. So you should have the unique two columns to become unique. And the first one is both student ID and also the offering ID must not be duplicated, the two columns. Okay, so that's why we had that. So this one is prevent duplicate enrollment uh, for student. Okay, because you cannot enroll same offering. Okay, so that's it, because every SEM have is our offering ID also. So that's if you can have INC or drop or retake. So then next will be the foreign key for the student. So we have constraint FK enrollment student foreign key, and this one will be the student ID that we have, and we reference it to the 2NF underscore students, and the same student ID that we have, just copy because that is the same, because we follow the naming convention. So we have here on update cascade, um, cascade, sorry, on update cascade, on delete also cascade. So by this, it tells us that um, for the constraints, a foreign key are to enforce that both of the students and offering exist. Okay, so that's one. So this one. Okay, and we have to move to the other constraint will be the other foreign key, which is the enrollment offering for the offering ID. So we have constraint fk enrollment offering, and we have foreign key, and we have here the offering ID, and we reference it to the 2NF offerings. Okay, we have on the offerings, and we have offering ID, and with the same. We have on update cascade, on delete cascade. Okay, the same rule of the foreign key for the students. Okay, and we have the check midterm grade. It should be is null or between 0 to 100. So let's us have that constraint. Constraint check uh, grade midterm. We have check grade midterm. Sorry, that one. Check grade midterm. It should be is null or grade midterm between 0 and 100. So we don't have grade like um have grade like negative and also 150. So that is not an realistic grade. And I have another one constraint check grade final. We have check grade final. Then we have here is null or grade final between 0 and 100. Okay, I guess that's all. We created five constraints, and also we have created six columns, and we have enrollment ID with int 5 unsigned, auto increment, and we have student ID, int 5 assigned not null, and offering ID, int 4 unassigned not null. So um, for enrollment ID is auto incremented by and primary key, and student ID links to our students table. Offering ID links to the offerings. Grade and midterm final track the students' grades, and remarks is optional where you can write pass, fail, or other notes. So we also have several constraints. We have unique constraints to make sure that the student cannot enroll in the same offering twice. And we have here also foreign keys constraints that can enforce that both the students and offering exist. And for that, check constraints, ensure that grades between 0 to 100. So everything is working good. So we can just save and try to run our work in here. Localhost server and go to import and choose file and go documents and find your file and go to import, and everything was working. And now in the enrollments, we can see that they have now, but there is no data populated. And if you can go now to our database and you can go to our designer, we have here first, okay, we can add the available tables that we have. We have first is the buildings. We will populate it here on this part, and we have also room types. We can have this one, and we can have the rooms. I think we can have it here for the rooms, and we have here offering meetings. We can have here uh in here. Okay, and for this one and this for enrollments. Okay. Okay, so this is now our ERD for entity relationship. Okay, we can just okay. So we have now our tables for our student management systems. We have here our relationships and also our entity. So our style of way we did this, this is it is from the most advanced and we can also identify all the topics here for you to be able to see what is really a database in the real world and how we manipulate it. Because I tried when I handled these subjects a few years ago. Um, we stuck on the things on the book, on the textbook, and we didn't even see what really the actual database is. So that is why in this SEM, I want all my students to really feel what is database and what is really what we had used in our in the industry, so that learning it will be good, because next time will be, once we finish all of these things, we will now move to all the things that are from the book, so we can easily identify all of those things. So I will just save it here. I will save it, this one, and save, and we can just create this page, and this one is the complete um ERD for the 2NF of student management system. So click go. Okay. So we can also save it as a export schema, A4. You can have um, SPG. Okay, go, and we have now. We can now download that one as an SVG file, or we can also export like PDF, or you can have okay, SVG APS. Okay, APS. You can have, okay. So good. We can have also PDF if you want to be printed. You can have also PDF. We have export and PDF. You can have legal for one. And we have now this. Okay, we have now our file and this one. Okay. Okay. Those are the things. Okay. I thought I am just wanting that I want to export this. Okay, this one. Just screenshot uh, it if you are done, and I'll just screenshot it to, I'll just save it. Okay, and complete ERD for 2NF of SMS. Okay, so that's it, right? So we have now this. So all we need is the how we insert data and populate data. So in here we can just insert data first. I'll do the insert because we don't have data right now. Insert into 2NF underscore enrollments, and this one will be the columns. We have student ID. Okay, we have also offering ID, and we have also um, grade underscore midterm, and we have also grade underscore final, and we have also remarks. Okay, so I guess that's it. We have only because enroll ID is auto incremented and primary key. So that's it. Okay, we have only five columns. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, and have here the values. And for the values, we have like first is the student ID. So we have a student's in our record a while ago. Okay. So based on enrolled slip, like for example, okay, let's say what is the student. Okay, drama, for example, that is the ID. The ID for that is okay to populate because that is i- automatic incremented. So the ID for this one will be student ID is equal to 1, and just paste it, and we will just, because this is only a comment, and I will just make you like a guide for us to be easily remember all the values that we need. Okay, so we need drama, and this one is student ID for 1. So the ID for that is 1 because this is auto incremented. Okay, so that means um, this one will be 1, and most of the students have, for example, we have 1. So and the students, okay, for the offering, I think he's enrolled 2. For example, for the offerings, he is enrolled to, okay, he's enrolled to offerings. Where is the offerings? Offering meetings and enrollment. So this is now the offerings. I think this one offerings. That is offerings. And we have enrollment meetings, right? We have to have offering ID. Yes, it is enrolled to the offering. Okay, this is the one. Okay, like for example, he is enrolled to offering 1, so we should have 1 here. Um, and the grade for now, since it's still yet to come, it should be null, and it should be null, and also it should be null. Okay, so that means, and then if she is also enrolled to another subject, like section B for section A for ITS 200. Okay, ITS 200, ID COM 300. A here, that is 3. So the ID is 3. So the same student, he enrolled with the 3 and no grade for now and remarks. So if you add also like other subjects, we have here another offering. We have here offering for, I think we can have still 4, 9, that is another subjects 9. So we have 5 here, so 5. So that means the students have these 3 subjects right now enrolled. Okay, assuming that you have 8, so and so on and so on. And then don't forget to have semicolon if that is the last record you're going to insert. So this is the student, okay? Student dirama, for example. If you're going to add another one for the student, you can just also populate here. For example, our student is enrolled, like we have here Lopez. So the ID number is 2, and they are both classmate of Derama. So we can just copy and paste this thing, and this one will be Lopez, and this one will be 2. Okay. You can see that it will change the student number, but if there are both classmates for those offerings, then this will be the same. They are classmate to both. So that's if you add another one and not classmate of those two. So we can have, for example, um, This one, Clarice, that is 9. The student number is 9. So we should copy for that and only have one subject enrolled. And for example, that subject is, I think the subject is um, this one, 10. That is 11 sub ID. Also, we say 11. This one is the data structures and algorithm. So 11, so we have enrolled to 11. Okay, so here we have three students. We have loaded with their enrollments. We enrolled it from this offering IDs. So we can make sure that if the last one, you put semicolon, save, and let us try to run it. Go to the database and import, choose file, documents, and this one, and import. And we have now, I go to the um, enrollments. We can see here, and then we can have now all the, we can see here that this ID, um, that ID is from Dirama with 3 6 upload subjects, and we have Lopez, and we have here Kaliao. And this one is section A, section A, section A. So everything is working good. If you click that one, it will link to the reference table that you link on that. And everything is working. And if you're going to go to that subject link, it also go to the subject. So everything is working fine. So um, this is everything. The tables that we have. This is intended for the second normal form. And um, this is complete. That is from first normal form to second normal form. So the normalization journey is now done for the second normal form. So let's take a quick look back to whatever we accomplished. So we started departments, yes, departments, and we started also programs, and we have also majors and minors, right? And then we created students and instructors. We have students and also the instructors, right? And um, we built the subjects table seeded with 20 entries, right? When we see subjects, and we have now this one, right? So we normalize rooms and room types and buildings, right? Um, for better facility management. You can see here room types, rooms, and we have here also buildings. And we created offering meetings, give us automatic schedules by daytime and room, this one. And finally, we completed the schema with enrollments, linking students' offerings and tracking their grades. By completing this second normal form schema, you have seen how theory, the steps of normalization, and connects directly to the practice through SQL script in PHP This is more than just building tables. It's about learning how to avoid redundancy, enforce data integrity, and design a database that scales with the real-world needs. In our next series, we'll have toward third normal form, where we remove transitive dependencies and polish design even further. And thank you for the following this journey. Keep practice, explore the scripts on your own, and remember the best way to learn databases is by building them. So, thank you and God bless.